In ordinary situations, it may seem to us that a woman without an intimate life immediately catches our eye. Her manner of shooting poisonous arrows and attacking anyone with her fists makes it clear that she is upset and aggressive. Moreover, she hates all women only because they are more successful in relationships and were able to find a man. And the most curious thing is that it was after her husband's death that she lost her mind. A coincidence? I don't think. Despite this, psychologists are in a hurry to dispel myths and convince us that a little strange behavior does not always mean the absence of a man in a woman's life, although it is impossible to deny the fact of his influence. You will have to search for information and identify several signs that will help you see the truth. The lack of intimacy, as a rule, is not due to the absence of men physically, but to the formation of negative beliefs in a woman's head. Ask any woman who complains about the lack of men to show you their social networks and profile on the dating app. There will be dozens of messages and suggestions on all existing topics, from a romantic dinner to carnal pleasures and marriage. Yes, most of the proposals are unacceptable, that's a fact. But quite a few normal guys are also present. The problem is that a woman simply does not notice them, because she has invented for herself a terrible world in which all men are selfish, traitors and tyrants who dream of getting pregnant and abandoning. "There are no normal men" is a phrase that immediately gives away a woman who does not have a man and is not expected in the near future. She is behind a high fence, in a bunker of her own beliefs. Happy people do not seek revenge and spoil the lives of others. Regular physical intimacy fills the body with hormones of happiness, and a person becomes immune to minor troubles. Such a woman is always in a good mood, she has a lot of ideas, she is busy with her favorite things and hobbies. She just doesn't have time to pay attention to trifles. But the absence of a man affects the emotional state of a woman. She is easily irritated, loses her sense of self-importance, does not feel desired and loved. Physical contact is useful even in simple hugs and kisses, which not only increase the level of happiness hormones, but also increase self-esteem. If a woman is outraged because of trifles and seeks to punish others for any violation, then it is worth thinking about the imbalance. Women themselves say the funny expression, men's vitamins. They make the skin look perfect, there are no pimples, and the eyes sparkle. The woman seems to radiate beauty. And this is not surprising, because the secret is in hormones. Many people are scared by the very word hormones, as if it were something terrible. However, people are in full control of their hormonal state. Mood, physical fitness, stress resistance, libido, aggressiveness, appearance, all this is 100% dependent on hormones. Those, in turn, are produced by the brain on a signal. The absence of a man in life leads to the fact that the brain less often sends a signal about the production of necessary vitamins, and this affects the condition of the skin. And such changes are immediately noticeable. Therefore, experienced women advise their young friends not to ignore male vitamins. Of course, there is a relationship between the absence of a man and the manifestation of negative traits in women. But this does not mean that every woman without a partner will necessarily turn into an aggressive and embittered person. Such observations will help us better understand and realize that a woman's behavior does not always indicate the absence of a man in her life. As a rule, all these stages do not occur separately. They follow each other, and negative beliefs lead to the fact that a petty and vindictive woman scares men away, then appearance is tightened, and the next stage is a certain bitterness. A woman sees that the absence of a man does not benefit her, no matter how they try to convince others otherwise. The only problem is that over the months, or even years, she turned down hundreds of guys. Who for what, all according to different criteria. This one is not tall enough, this one with a belly, this one has a crooked tooth in front, that one is bald, this one with long hair, one has a small salary, the second has an old car, the third has an unsuitable zodiac sign, the fourth is too young, the fifth is too old, the sixth is a womanizer, the seventh is inexperienced. And since all of them were refused, then the chosen one must clearly surpass them all. Otherwise, it turns out to be some kind of nonsense. I've been blowing everyone off for 3 years in order to meet with the first person who comes along, absolutely average. No, not for you poor devils, my rose has bloomed. Give me a young, handsome millionaire, or go to hell with everything. That's the end of the fairy tale, and whoever contacts such a woman will become a patient. We have another video on this topic, watch it on my channel, it's interesting. Vulgarity and loveliness are not signs of the absence of a man. There is another opinion, which boils down to the fact that a vulgar girl who constantly sticks to men is hungry. But I managed to find dozens of refutations of this theory on the forums. The girls themselves wrote that they and their girlfriends can behave like this simply because they love representatives of the strong half of humanity very much, and even if they have a regular personal life, they are not ready to retreat. A lot is not a little, it will not be superfluous. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks.